We did the marriage course about 10 years ago. We thought we had a pretty good marriage at the time, but we hoped, I think, that we'd find out ways to have a great marriage.
I think we thought that our marriage was great, but could get better. And we did know that there were certain areas, and particularly the area of sex, we didn't really have the tools, we didn't know how to move forward. Coming on the marriage course was a great opportunity to look at those areas in particular.
Oh, it's an open door! Session 1 is the foundational part, and on that we fill in a questionnaire taking stock. That gave you the opportunity to be honest and write down 1 or 2 points that you hoped you might be able to talk about later on in the course. I thought, well, I'll try and be honest and I'll assess where I think we are, and so I put down my answers, and when I shared them with Katharine, it didn't seem to go down as well as I'd been hoping.
Yes, I felt really upset when I read what Richard had put, because it shattered my illusions of the rosy relationship that I thought we had, and particularly on the area of sex and physical intimacy. In a way, it wasn't a very good start, but we found as the course went on that we could talk about these things. There was a safe place to do it, and we learnt the tools to be able to communicate and to deal with issues in a really constructive way. For me, session 6 was like a light coming on in many ways. I remember Scylla in the talks talking about the importance of our family background and the bearing that that has on how we view sex within marriage. I grew up in a home where there wasn't a lot of touch, where if there was anything suggestive on the television, my father would get a newspaper and rustle it loudly. And maybe for the first time I understood how my family background had impacted what was going on for us.
And I was able to explain to Katharine about the importance of that physical relationship of touch for me, not just sex, but the whole idea of having a close physical relationship with each other. And I was able to tell Katharine about times when perhaps we'd been together and met people, and she would be embarrassed by the fact that we were physically, maybe holding hands or walking closely, and she'd separate herself from me, and the hurt that went with those sort of things.
And that was great for me to hear that and understand that, because I had no idea that that was what Richard was feeling. So just understanding his expectations and where he was coming from in that direction was really helpful for me. When I was about 9, we were on holiday in France, and a man locked me in a room with the intention of assaulting me. He didn't actually manage to do it, and I managed to get free, but I was really frightened at the time. And it was never really talked about, and I'd locked it away. It was only when we started talking about these issues, when we were doing the course, that I realised that I had a fear that related back to that incident.
And I was amazed about what had happened to Katharine and the effect that it was having upon her. But it also helped me understand how important it was for my responses to her, how important things like tenderness and gentleness were to her, and how important my role was going to be in helping sort through the issues that had been so deeply buried for so many years.
We went and got some help, we were able to talk about it, and that was the best thing that we could ever have done for our marriage.
It's made a tremendous difference to our marriage. Both of us now can communicate about what we're feeling at that physical level.
It's about both of us giving and understanding each other and understanding each other's expectations. And I think we also know it's not Hollywood, but it has a potential, if we work at it, to go on getting better and better throughout a lifetime.